I just checked outside the Storm Team 10 back door, and I was hit in the face with this mist and this cold air coming around here. And so we have light mist here. It doesn't really show up as well on the Storm Team 10 storm tracker because it's such a fine little droplet of water. But here we have a little more steady rain farther up here into the north central part of Illinois. And as I showed you earlier, even a bigger perspective shows that some of this rain, as some colder air starts to filter in, could change over to a little bit of light snow. Now, I'm not talking about a major accumulation. I am talking about the possibility of you may have to brush the windshield off a little bit. As far as grassy areas, this last weekend really warmed up the ground fairly well. And so, I don't think we're going to see much at all in the way of accumulation. And we were talking earlier today about covering tulips and things like that. Tulips are pretty hardy, might make them a little droopy, but they are not going to like this weather any more than probably you will either. 47 degrees right now, 42 in Paris, 42 in Rockville. Casey has 63 and Robinson 48 degrees. Well, the wind is from the northwest, as you might suspect, 9 miles per hour. An 8-mile-per-hour wind in Paris, 17 in Mattoon, a good breeze in Effingham and Flora and Olney, where it's up into the teens, and a west breeze in Bloomington at 6 miles per hour. So here's a look at the Storm Team 10 Futurecast. This is midnight tonight, which would indicate the possibility of at least a rain-snow mix going on tonight. And so it just all depends on how the temperature goes. We're right on that very fine line of how we're going to switch over to the possibility of snow. Then we get into the morning hours tomorrow. Still a few clouds, but then becoming sunny tomorrow, but it's still going to be cold. Relatively speaking, a high of 44 degrees tomorrow. And then for tomorrow night, it gets clear. That'll allow the temperature to drop even more than it will tonight because a clear sky, will radiate the heat out, any heat that the earth is holding. And so it's going to be a cold night tomorrow night. And then eventually we warm up a little bit as we get toward Thursday. So light rain, maybe some snow tonight, an overnight low of 30 degrees, and then becoming sunny but cold tomorrow, a high of 44 degrees. And then cold. There is a possible, well, in some areas to our far south and to our west, a freeze watch is in store for tonight as the overnight low drops to the mid-20s. And then we get up until Wednesday with a high of about 54 degrees, maybe some rain developing as we get later into the day, especially on Thursday. And then Friday, a high of 59 degrees, but it warms up a little bit as we get into Thursday.